It's looking a lot like Royal Rumble season, which leads to rumors of who could make an appearance during the Royal Rumble, and one name seems to be leading the way: Chris Jericho. My tag partner is about to share his views on a Chris Jericho return to WWE and what it will look like. Before that, make sure to help us crack the code of 1,000 subscribers by hitting a code breaker on that subscribe button and let us know your views on a Jericho return in WWE. All right, what's your views on Chris Jericho if he returns to WWE? Do you have plans?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of the stuff about Jericho coming back to WWE. A big part of me thinks that it's all a work and that Jericho's putting this news out that WWE's interested in him, trying to get more money from Tony Khan. But if it is true and he's coming back, I am kind of interested to see who he works with. I see a lot of people talking about a Mania match with LA Knight. I'm somewhat interested in that, but I feel like Jericho cooks him on the mic if they have a promo battle. And I don't think LA Knight could recover from that. Jericho has way more catchphrases than LA Knight. But one match that really appeals to me would be Gunther. Because looking at it, Jericho is the last of that generation of guys that traveled the world to hone their craft. Jericho, Malenko, Benoit, Eddie Guerrero. You know, they went to Mexico, Japan, Europe before they kind of hit it big in America. So I think that would just be cool to see Jericho pull out these different things he learned to try to defeat this, ring general Gunther. And then, of course, there's Dirty Dom. Jericho has history with both Eddie and Ray. And so I think there could be something there. Other than that, I think maybe something with Drew, where Drew's kind of bullying him and hating on him. Maybe you could rehash some feuds with Orton, or if KO's able to come back, go back to the KO thing, and maybe they can finally get a main event like they should have got in 2017. Not a Mania main event, but a main event feud. But that's about it really for me for matches for Jericho. I just don't know what there is left for him to do. But I do think that he's deserving of a Hall of Fame. And I also think that he should be, I don't know what you call it, the headliner of a Hall of Fame class. But then still you get into who inducts him. And the only two guys I thought were Rey Mysterio or HBK. So it's a lot of variables and everything's up in the air. Who could he work with? What could work? I don't know if I want to see him in Punk again. I don't know if I want to see him involved with Roman or Seth or Braun Breaker. So, it's very limited. And I think if he came back for a limited run, it would be good.
So what I wanted to ask and ask the viewers to let me know their thoughts in the comments is, do you think that Jericho needs a return to WWE to retcon the last couple years of AEW? Because he was someone that I thought was in the GOAT conversation. And I think, especially at the beginning of his run in AEW, was fire. The Ocho with the Ring of Honor title was bad. The Learning Tree seems like everyone hated that. It kind of diminished his standing to me. I don't think he should have won the Ring of Honor title. I think that hurt his legacy when you compare him to an Austin or a Rock or a Shawn Michaels. And he's like, oh, well, I won the Ring of Honor title. It was just Tony Khan was trying to make a TV deal. And the whole Ring of Honor as a whole under Tony Khan, I think, has been terrible. The only star that I feel like they've made was Athena. She seems like she's over, but other than that, it's just bad. And him winning the title, the world title for that company, a bad company, I think diminished him to the point where he needs WWE to put him back on the path that he was on.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that as far as the Ring of Honor thing, I think it's cool that he was Ring of Honor World Champion just because of the lineage of the title with Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, Chris Jericho.
Does it still hold that lineage though when he was Ring of Honor champ when it was by far the worst. Like, I feel like it's a big difference, though, with how bad Ring of Honor was.
Yeah, but I don't think that that's Jericho's fault. I think that Tony, like you mentioned, Tony Khan has ruined Ring of Honor. So, but I think that at the end of it, whatever happens with Ring of Honor, if
It
you
still
look
has
at
a good
that,
stand,
it still has
a good standing.
You mentioned that he was a potential GOAT before AEW or before, the middle of AEW. And I think that he's deserving of being in the talk for the GOAT, looking at his career. And I think him having that Ring of Honor title is, that's an accomplishment and that's something to brag about. But it's unfortunate that Ring of Honor sucked when he had it. But I don't think that that was Jericho's fault. I think if they had better talent and better booking and it was done right, he could have elevated somebody and they could have beat him for the title and it would have been a huge moment.
Yeah, I feel like there was potential at Ring of Honor. I feel like it could have been their NXT. I just don't think Tony Khan knows much.
Yeah, and I
really.
don't think, that's Tony Khan, not Jericho. So I think it's still cool that he's a Ring of Honor world champion. Yeah, I think if he can come back to WWE and have if he comes back and all you get is a Rumble, a Hall of Fame, and one Mania match, and it's with Gunther, and it's a 4 or 5 star, it's a banger match. I think he redeems his status as the GOAT.
Do you think he's willing to just do a short run like that, though?
I think he would I think that's what he needs. I think that's what hurt him in AEW is he didn't take breaks. If you look at towards the end of his WWE time, he would come and go. And I think that helped him because,
stay fresh.
Yeah. And also he could go and then somebody could be built up and then he could come in and kind of give them a rub. And I think that could work here. You could do the Rumble, the Hall of Fame, the Mania match with Gunther, and then he could go away. And then if somebody, is on their way up and they need something, you have this guy who
maybe a Grayson Waller.
Yeah. Or you're bringing Theory back, or he has an incredible resume. I mean, he is deserving of being in the GOAT talk. So it's like, and it's a wealth of knowledge. So just him getting in the ring with somebody would be huge, whether it's on the mic or in a match. So,
dude, just thinking about his wealth of knowledge, him as a producer in NXT with Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm. And even if it was just like a guest coach thing, like he knows how to get over pretty much, except for the learning tree, unfortunately. But I mean, he was this annoying rock star guy or whatever. He left. He came back with short hair. He talked like Nick Bockwinkel. He had the suits. He left. He came back with a lit up scarf or jacket. And it's like he knew how to do things and get them over. The list started off stupid and look how over that got. So I think just that,
And the other question is his look. Is he going to be in physical shape when he comes back to WWE? Is he going to have long hair, short hair? I get the feeling he's going to switch it up and have short hair.
I think, I'm worried about the look. I think if he went not short like it was in like 08, 09, but if it was just a little bit longer, like when he was the alpha to omega when he showed up in New Japan and he kind of had the mid-cut hair, still a rock star, that John Bon Jovi look.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, he's going to need the long hair to have that rock star look.
Yeah.
That will help.
And you could kind of play it off as like, here's this rock star doing one more tour, and then if it works out,
oh, dude,
all them rock stars come back for another tour. So
the one more tour, dude, that's going to be his gimmick when he comes back.
Yeah. And I mean, that would work too. Yeah. One last tour and we get whatever we get. But I think he could get it over and I think it could work, but I think there'd have to be a break or it'd have to be a short run.
So in the comments, let us know your views on Chris Jericho. Is he coming back to WWE? And what would you like to see him do if he does make his return?